Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. Thank you, Soul Survivor. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I want to thank Mr. AB for sharing my channel. As I was going live, I hit 8,000 subscribers. God is good. Before I went live, I was under 300, in need of 300. So who knew going live would get my subscriber list back up? I'm up, don't have anything to do. And this is a subject matter that had been on my mind. I discussed this subject matter with Crystal the other day. And there are many similarities between Summer Wells and the Cal City Boys. That's why I put the title in, because it's W and W. I thought it'd be a catchy title. The thing that's interesting about both stories is that there is now alleged abuse in both cases that have been brought forth through social media. You're entitled to believe what you want about both cases. This is a commentary channel, and I'm giving you my commentary on the said matter of both cases. But the similarities are baffling to me. I think it's sad that you have two little black boys missing on the West Coast who were put into foster care, adopted by this said couple, the West, and then sometime shortly later, a year and a half later, so whichsoever, they go missing. One city has the case, Cal City, and then it's handed over to Bakersfield, and then we get a little bits of information from Bakersfield Police Department, basically telling us, "Hey, if you've seen anything within a year, give us a call." That's not good. 1 year is a long time. Now, I'm assuming that's the reference that they were making, 1 year. Today's the 12th of September. So in 9 days or so, it'll mark 9 months that the boys of Cal City have gone missing. In 3 days, it'll be 3 months that Summer Wells has gone missing. So a 6 months difference between the children missing on opposite sides of the country. Thank you all for joining me. The similarities is that no one has anything to say about where the children can be found. The similarities are that I believe that each child was deliberately discarded by the said parents and or caretakers. Now, some of you have your own theories to what you believe happened to the Cal City brothers. You have your own theories about what happened with Summer. But the thing that some of you don't think about, thank you, Miss Sunshine, thank you all so much. The thing that you may not be focusing on is that nobody's talking and saying anything of relevance. Cal City, those parents don't talk. Those said adoptive parents don't speak. They spoke once to the news, gave commentary, bickered. I don't want to use the word bicker, but they gave their commentary towards the bio family who were standing there that day. And then that was it. They had nothing else to say about the children. Now you have these walkie-talkies down here in Hollerville. They can't wait. At least Mr. Wells, that is. He can't wait to talk and tell you, hey, this, and this. But it's nothing about Summer. So you see, two little boys over here out west, Pacific Northwest. Then you have East Tennessee, a little white baby missing, and a walkie-talkie father who's not telling you anything about the child. He doesn't even call her by her name. He doesn't even call her by her name. And with Trezelle and Jacqueline, when they spoke about their two children, neither did they. You see, you have to listen to the information that is brought forth to you, because it tells you everything you need to know about the people involved in the storyline. When a person can't even call their child by their own name, why in the world would you think that there are other people involved in taking their children? That's what's baffling to me. And as I state, you're entitled to your opinion. But if you can't even call your child by his or her name, that lets me know what you thought of the child when he or she was visible. when he or she was visible says a lot. You were never invested. You want us to believe that now because we don't know you. And you'll tell us anything. But you were never invested. Yes, talks about her like she was a girlfriend. I think these children being snatched by predators that know these children were not being watched and were neglected, possibly, yes. Shows distancing too, yes. And that's my point. Scratch all the human trafficking. Somebody over here took them. The neighbor down the street's a pedophile. Scratch all of that. Focus on the people who had custody of the children at that time. And why is it that when they decide to go to the public to talk about those said children, they can't even call their name, the name that they gave them? As with the Cal City boys, you adopted these 2 Black children and you changed their names from what was given to them at birth. And then when you go to the news, you don't even call them by the names that you gave them. You don't find that odd? Now, go to East Tennessee. The father keeps constantly talking to social media, YouTubers about his child, but he's not talking about Summer. He doesn't even utter her government name. Do you see the similarities? 2 different coasts, different races, different time span of the children going missing. 2 parents have fallen off about the children in California. No shows, not seen, not heard, nothing. No arrests, nothing. East Tennessee, walkie-talkie parent. The mother has decided not to talk anymore. Suspicious. Going to YouTubers to talk about your missing kid. Making up hoax phone calls to alleged people who are involved in filing charges against the said father. You don't think these people are involved in getting the child gone? Why would you not? Come on now. Daphne says, exactly. I'm only concerned about the predators under the rule. Okay, look at tripping on a mystery. You don't be flirting in this chat. Yes, they all use the same tactics. Thank you, Daphne. Just like abusive men, if you meet one, you've met them all, okay? Need to hunt the West parents down. Well, obviously, if we're to believe the photograph that was uploaded the other day by a YouTuber, Trezell West is alive, allegedly. And so let's go there with the West. We'll start with the West since they're the first name in my title of my video. If indeed that photograph is a recent photograph of Trezell West, how are you paying the mortgage at the house? I'm curious to that. How are you affording the mortgage at that house? That's very interesting. So did Trezell go get a job? Did his wife go get a job? Are they actually still together? Are they together living in that house? I'm wondering about that. Not only goes on a YouTube after a heavy night of drinking. Okay, I've never heard that name. Okay, I heard it. I hate it in school. Tripping on a mystery. Okay, Angie Clean House. Only mine. I don't have to do a lot of cleaning, as you can see. We keeps it spotless over here. Amen. Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm glad that Sherry scared them off. Who was scared off? Who y'all talking about? Don't y'all start messing now. One of you left a comment on my community post about Miss Savannah. One of you said that I should It's a very interesting comment. Hold on one second. I should ask her about summer. Why would I be asking her about summer? Thank you, Jen Camp from Arkansas. God bless you. Hold on, I'm going to find the comment. Thank you, Junior Lee. I'm trying to find that comment. Wait a minute. Hold on. Edward, if you're watching, prayers for your auntie, because I know you said something about her passing away. So my condolences to you, sweetheart. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find your comment, whoever you are. Well, you know who you are. What's the point you're trying to make about Savannah? What are you trying to say? Savannah lives here in Tennessee. What? She knows the Wells. Well, what are you saying? Because I know Miss Ray had a New York accent, so I had to think about that for a minute. I said, well, it's not Miss Ray, because she had a New York accent. So what are you trying to say? Very strange. So many people in these chats get messy. Yes, they do. And I wanted to know what that person meant by saying Savannah knows about summer. How would she know about summer? You made a comment saying on July 26th, she made a comment about how they were treating summer. So I want you to elaborate. You can go on my IG. Tell me what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about. Someone in the earlier stream was claiming Savannah was Cher. I don't know. So I don't listen to the voices. I don't know if that was her voice or not, because I don't listen to that woman enough to know. So I'd have to go back and re-listen. I got what you're saying. Thank you all. Okay, All Nighter says it's not Cher. Don't even sound like her. I didn't think it sounded like her either, because I do remember her voice when playing the live. I listened to the live before I went live and played it on my channel. But that's not true. Said the voice was the same, but I didn't think so. Okay, Daphne said it's not. Okay, well, y'all don't have to argue about it. It's not that serious. Hello, DTP. Greetings from Tennessee. Thank you, honey. But the thing that's crazy is these children. They're children. And as that lady who was up here, the older lady who was trying to, get an understanding of these children and trafficking and this and that. First of all, it starts at home. A lot of these problems are homebound. It's not strangers in the street. We know that strangers are sick. We also know that the people at the house raising the children, they're sick too. Most children who go missing, it's their family that gets them missing. The stats will tell you that. I've brought you all stats. Every time I talk about missing children, I eventually will bring you stats pertaining to missing children, missing people. It's not random people stealing the kids. It ain't DHS stealing the children. Come on now. No. It's the people who are raising them. It's the people who are tired of looking at them, tired of the children talking, tired of seeing them, tired of hearing them breathe. They checked out. And there's similarities with both of these cases. Alleged abuse of the children, the wrong people having the children, raising the children. It's all the same. And nobody knows anything to where they could be located. Nobody. Cal City, parents, quiet, mom. You don't hear anything. You don't see pictures. You don't hear anybody even talking about seeing them at the grocery store, seeing them at the Dollar General or McDonald's or nothing. Don't you find that strange? But over here, on my side of the coast, father won't quit talking. Back and forth, endless talking. It's not right. Both are suspicious. Jacqueline and Giselle West are suspicious for jumping off, falling off, not talking, saying anything, not being seen. Over here in the holler, it's just as suspicious with the walkie-talkie, won't stop talking to YouTubers. It's not normal. Because in the end, neither are talking about the child. Don't you get it? Cal City parents don't talk about the children, aren't seen. And over here, he's talking in circles about everything but Summer. What happened to me? I've been in the system, blah, blah, blah. Went to jail, did this. Talking about his son, blah, blah, blah. What the two women said, did. I was in love with one. What the hell are you talking about? Where the hell is this kid? Stay woke. Right. Thank you, Daphne. Great point. Strangers didn't get all their other kids removed. Amen. Candace has about 5 kids removed because she's unfit. Yes. You're right. It starts at home. It's the parents. You're right. Yes. Can't pay them to shut up. You sure can. I wonder if kids being home for over a year from school is partly why some parents acting out. Well, tripping. The thing is, these people were sick when it was no COVID. We're not going to use COVID as an excuse. We understand that people get tired of looking at each other, sitting up under each other. That's anybody. But you can't use that as an excuse. You have to be crafty when you have children. Everybody knows that. Because in the end, you are the parent and you brought them here. And if your patience is getting out of whack a couple of months sitting with your children, something's wrong. You're supposed to be at a job anyway. So that means you have to find care for your children. Because we know you couldn't just quit your job because of COVID. Stay home with your kids if your job was still up and running. You can't make excuses. And not once does he ever plead for Summer. No, he does not. It can strain a situation, but it doesn't cause it. Exactly. They show no emotion. Exactly. For the baby. It's been a while. Congrats on it. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, A. Miller. Heartbreaking. I would give anything to have even a moment with my son. I miss him so much. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. There's something odd with all these stories. You see, the thing, and I'm going to keep saying this until I'm proven wrong, but it's in most cases, so it won't matter if I'm proven wrong in both cases. Cal City was deliberate. Getting rid of those 2 boys, Orrin and Orson, whatever names you want to use to call them, was deliberate. That's why you don't have any information. And I believe it's the same with Summer. It was a deliberate discarding of a child. That's why you don't have anything. You don't know anything. Because both cases are deliberate. They are vile cases of a deliberate discarding of children. I doubt that human trafficking is even involved in both cases. If I'm proven wrong, then that's fine. But these are both deliberate. Hello, Dylan's mom. Thank you, honey. You can't make sense out of the crazy. Thank you, Daphne. Yes, 8,000. Amen. While I was going live, it went over 8,000. That's crazy. It was under about, it was under 7,700 before I went live. Yes, delivered. That's why you don't have any information pertaining to Cal City and Summer Wells, because it was delivered. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Say what, Barbara? The link I sent you could help answer that as well. Answer what, honey? Thank you, Trippin. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Mr. AB. Why he chose the Queen, I don't know. Send him over there to the Queen's Playhouse. Thank you all. This is a sad situation. You know, it is supposed to be the most beautiful time. What is going on here? It's supposed to be the most beautiful time to be a child. What is this? What is this? Thank you. I was checking something out. Thank you all. Thank you, Tang. Hello from South Africa. God bless you. Thank you. All them parents care about is drugs and drink, very dysfunctional family on both sides, loads of SA and all kinds of abuse. The parents know what happened. That's why the Pops got new cars, monsters. I would not want to be a child today. Nope, nope. Yes. Hello, Ladybug. How you doing, honey? I don't think it's trafficking either. Does her wrong. Sadly, there's plenty of that. Yes. Who was Savannah? She was on my live stream, the last live I did. You see with all the clues in the video that are hidden, look at real close at the end. You understand, I hope. Barbara, I don't know what you're talking about, honey. Okay, Evelyn says resurrection set it off for me. Yes. Why would you be talking about the resurrection? Your child is missing. First thing come out of your mouth. That's not something you'll be worried about. Resurrection. How about we find the child first before we worried about if they're dead? It's crazy. But he's telling you something. That's why I keep telling you they're behind the disappearance of Summer. They're behind it. Just like I believe Giselle and Jacqueline, they harmed those two boys because you fell off. Who falls off a day after talking to the news? Who does that? You have not searched. You don't talk about them. You did never go before the news, talk about them, radio, nothing. Not one news station, nothing. And you want me to believe you didn't have anything to do with the kids? You want to use this excuse you fear for your safety from the Bio family? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the Bio family was out there. If they were going to search for the children, it doesn't matter. You were the caretakers of the children. So the Bio family has not been around now. So what's your excuse now? Because you don't have one. Because you fell off. And you're the reason for the season. You got rid of those kids. That's all. Yes, because he already knows she's gone. Yes, yes. What great folks here in the chat. You don't always find that. This is true. Well, you'll have a troll here and there. Yes, calling anyone who suspects him zombies. Well, he's a zombie. Donald Wells is a zombie. Yes, all about the money. But what money? You all believe this is an issue about, what are you all saying? Some of you believe this is about the reward money? What did I tell you all? How are you going to get the money? How are you going to show up and get that money? You think these people who are at the bank, they're just going to give you that money? They're not going to give you that money. No, ma'am. The boys will be better off without them as parents. They didn't even have recent pics of the two little boys. Yes, I thought that was strange. When those rumors first came out, let me talk about that for a minute. When the rumors first came out about the two baby boys, about the pictures, I kept saying to myself, I know these rumors can't be true. That the photographs came from Jamal's Facebook page. I was just like, nah, they ain't true. Where are they getting that rumor from? Well, we're almost 9 months in. No family, no nothing. No rallying for the children, no searching for the children. No uploaded photos of the children, no new photos of those kids on any FBI poster. Tells us everything we need to know. You never had photos of the children. Why is that, Jacqueline and Giselle? Why would you not have photos of the children? That means you had an elaborate plan all along for getting the children and getting them gone. Because what family does not have photos of their damn kids? Come on. That's why I know it's deliberate. No human trafficking, none of that. They got rid of those kids for whatever reason. In the West case, is the video from the neighbor a legit video? I think the video's legit. I have no reason to question the video of him going into the car with the said children. I don't think it's fake at all. One of them could have actually killed Summer. Everyone being too nice to them. Yes. Oh, for caring so much about the children. Thank you so much, honey. God bless you. DW was talking about making a fake confession, such as OJ, if I did it. And who's going to pay you $1 million? Don Wells, you're not that important for somebody to give you $1 million. No, honey. Why is the oldest child so violent? What do you mean, Teresa? Do the West still have kids in their home? No, tripping. To my knowledge, there are no children been returned to the West family. YouTube done went to his head. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, honey. Like I said, you better make sure they come bring the due bill when it's time. Them YouTubers. No, they took the other West kids. Okay. I don't get it. Why did the couple adopt the boys to just get rid of them? They could have returned them back to the system. Well, see, net detective, think about this for a second. I keep telling you all, don't ask why not. If the motive for adopting the children and taking in foster care children was for the monies, then I can easily be detached away from you with you gone, dead. And I hate to use that word, but we're 9 months in. I don't sugarcoat anything over here. What little money they're getting, because some of you don't know California law, you still receive a stipend for children even if you've adopted them. It's California law. Now, I do not know the laws in other states, Tennessee. I just knew that law because I talked about Cal City and I did my research. And so you get monies for fostering children in the state of California. You get money for them being adopted as well. Not as much as what you would get if you were just a foster parent. But nonetheless, you're greedy, doesn't matter. You know, you're talking about $1,000+ for being a foster care parent. We all know how expensive it is to live in the state of California. California ain't no joke. Do they have poor people in California? Yes. Working class, middle class? Yes. Homeless people? Yes. It costs to live in California. You got to be about your business to go out there. That's not a place to okey doke around. You got to have money to live in California. It is one of the richest states in the union besides the state of Connecticut. So they're paying you a nice amount of money to house these children. You get a lesser fee if you adopt the children, okay, out of foster care. That's possibly why they still pay the foster care parents, new adopted parents, because you adopted them from foster care. So if this is my hustle, I've decided to use this as my hustle, but then somewhere down the line, I'm tired of these children. Maybe those Cal City boys were too much for them. And I'm not making excuses. But what I'm saying is, he did use the word rambunctious to the news. So imagine if we were flies on the walls, what would we have seen in that household with those kids? Could it possibly be the children were a handful and he and Jacqueline checked out one fateful day and said, to hell with this. We can't do this any longer. But as you said, why not return them back to the state's care? You don't kill the kids. And that's where the greed comes in. We'll dispose of the children permanently and still collect the stipend for the children. Hello, Tay. They were getting quite a bit of money. It's so freaking maddening. Yes. It's so disgusting. I knew a lady like that at one time. She had 7 kids. Okay. Yes, it is very expensive. You never harm children, animals, anyone that matter. They all make me sick to my stomach. Children need to be protected. Yes, but we're not protected. Women are not protected. Children are not protected. The money ends when the boys are gone. Yeah. Well, what we're saying, sweetheart, is that if nobody knew that the children were missing, they still would have been collecting money for the children, even in foster and adoption. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows the children are gone, so you're still going to be getting the money. The boys didn't look healthy or happy in the pics, okay? Most CPS are into human trafficking, research the facts. I don't know anything about that, Paula. I don't know anything about that. No, not missing. No, I'm saying at the time before the children were reported missing is what I'm saying. Rambunctious goes without saying for 2 little boys. I'm sure they had other little qualities. Yes, of course. I wonder if Candace's nails were dirty the day Summer went missing. They were planting flowers, right? If her nails were dirty, was she digging up dirt somewhere else? Oh, S. Harrison, please stop. Lori Daybell collect the money after her kids were missing. Of course, that's the point I'm trying to make. Nobody knows your children are missing. So you're getting money for them either as an adoptive parent and a foster care parent. That's the point I'm trying to make. 9 times out of 10, they got tired of raising the kids. They got rid of them, and they still were collecting the monies until the day they called police to say that they were missing. So now you have to ask yourself, then why would they report them missing? Because 9 times out of 10, there was some smoke in the city to where they had to say, we got to go report these kids. Because perhaps somebody was calling. Doctor visits, checkups. The state may have got wind of something, wanted to see the children, visit. See, you don't know, because we don't know Jacqueline and Giselle. Just like we don't know the Wells, excuse me. Hi, Don, thank you. There was plenty of serial killers that would kill people and collect checks for a long time. They were discovered missing. Yeah. Well, people do it all the time. People kill their family members, hide their bodies, and collect their Social Security checks, disability checks. That happens all the time. Okay, you hear that often. That's what happened with the young girl out in Oklahoma. Buried in a tub down in someone's basement. Her brother and his wife have been collecting her Social Security checks. She was mentally challenged, 19 years old. Please check the story. What if Summer contracted an STD, could not take her to the doctor? Oh, Evelyn, please stop it now. Do you think the boys even were at Cal City? I don't think they left Bakersfield. They may not have left Bakersfield. I don't really know. My mind changes all the time with this story. I, I don't know. I thought that in the beginning, yes, they didn't take the children with them. We haven't had any verification of any kind pertaining to who saw the children last. That's what's so baffling about Cal City. Who saw them last besides these two? His parents. Did they take the children over there to Miss West, Wacky Wanda? That's a very weird lady. And she's disrespectful. Because that stunt she pulled a couple months ago when that girl drove by and asked where the children were, and she was like, at your house. That's nasty. That's a nasty older lady. It's nasty. I think that David Dotson may have been the one on property, as well as they will not get kids back. I think there's something with those boys. I pray they find some more. May I already found her. I know how you read comments and interact with us. Thank you. Well, I usually don't like reading, not to be rude, but if the channel is going to grow, I can't sit here for hours and just read the comments because it takes a lot of saliva to read them and then try to answer some of the questions, then give my commentary. And it's a bit daunting, and some of you do get offended if someone's not directly answering your question. But you should know, when a channel grows, you're talking about thousands of people in a chat talking. There's no way the creator can address every question. Collected or SSI, yes. No political crap on here. Yes, we're not talking politics this morning. Were they seen on Thanksgiving? That was 19. Their pictures. They celebrated, I think, the holidays, yes. Thank you, Media Mama. Thank you for watching. Do I believe she's trafficked? I don't think so. No, I think they killed her. I think they killed Summer. That's what I think. Thank you, Teresa. I try to make you all think. Yes, I try to make you think. That's why when I bring people up on a panel and I ask you questions, I want you to think about what you're saying, because sometimes it's easy to just think of something without really chopping up what you're asking. So I want you to make sense of what you're saying. That's why I always ask the panel, well, why do you say that? Somebody says, oh, I think she was trafficked. I want you to make me understand why she was trafficked. Break it down for me. Break it down for the chat. Because I want you to give me all the probabilities of what makes you think anything. Same thing with Cal City. How would two children get out of the yard? When you look at the circumference from the gate to the concrete patio, there's no way in hell somebody walked in there and took those two kids. That means you would have had to have been inside your house for a while not paying attention to two little boys. And you want me to believe that two little boys would not be wrestling with some stranger that's picking them up, trying to take them out of a yard? And then you had to walk out of there with the two children and get into what exactly? A horse and buggy, a bicycle, radio flyer, car, what? Motorcycle, what? Make it make sense. Denise, who knows? Some of you think accident. I want to say probably murder. Denise says she don't think she was sleeping in the truck. Okay. Sterilization. Yes, I think at a certain point that sounds inhumane to sterilize a human. But if you have known to abuse children, they have you on the books for abusing children. Your children have been taken from you. More than one child's been taken out your custody. I don't care about them snipping you downtown. It wouldn't bother me in the least. I seen her deceased in my dream and it was horrible, but I think she was passed around from person to person, all of her daddy and mommy nasty friends. Oh, medium, please stop. You all are killing me with this. Please, please. I'll let you all have your opinions, but Lord have mercy. I just don't want to think about that. I don't think about that. I don't want to think about that about Summer. I don't think about that with any child. It's bad enough. I know the parents are not right. And the thought that they could have sexually assaulted Summer is enough for me. But then to think of other people, that's too much for me. I don't know why the West babies haven't had more progress in this case. I hate that they went through. They were beautiful boys. Yes. But see, that's a pivotal time in your life. Can you imagine being 3 and 4? Most of us can't even remember being 3 and 4. But those are years that they should be enjoying themselves, being children, going places, traveling, playing with their friends, family, attending school, preschool, whatsoever. They were not afforded that opportunity. It's deliberate. Cal City is deliberate. I don't care what nobody says. Deliberate knocking off of children. If you zoom into the pic of her and look at her fingernails, her nail beds are blue and she's, what? They put lipstick on her to cover the blue lips. Oh, Lord Jesus. Candy was not a clean person, nor were the children. Stay woke. One thing for sure, all these children were neglected by the parents, and most they need to be charged with that. Yes. Yes, net a detective, I agree with that. Someone was alive in that pic. Her lips are pink, good oxygenation. Okay. Makeup app and didn't realize it's going to heighten her nail beds too. Okay. I hope Summer's still alive, but I sense Summer's no longer here, and it's the parents and all those connected also heard her. She wasn't traffic. I do believe payments involved, but it's not traffic. I don't think it's traffic either. The West dad, his hair escapes me. Huh? But watching the footage of him looking for the kids at night, what a joke. Yeah, we know that was all that was planned. So the similarities are the same between the West and the Wales. Parents orchestrated to get rid of 2 little black boys. They planned this calling to the police and pretending to go look for the child. Didn't go around the corner, but 2 or 3 minutes come back. Not thinking people had doorbell cameras to see them go get in the van, drive back. See, they didn't plan on that. Same thing with the Wales. Orchestrated, 2 people calling 911, not knowing that these dispatch calls will be released, and then you change your version from walking to, oh, I'd never go out and walk because of bears, coyotes, this and that. Both deliberate. Shaydock, to my understanding, no, it was not. The actress, yes. Just a ruse. It's a setup. Both cases are setups. Cal City's a setup, and the disappearance of Summer Wells is also a setup. It's not an accident. It was all planned. Yes, both cases are the same. They are both orchestrated. With the West parents, which seems the most likely to hurt the babies? Both. I said they were planned. Candace putting makeup on Summer don't look like her mother wears makeup. True violence. So where would she be getting the Maybelline from? Indeed. Dave Rader from EquiSearch and Duty Ron got approval from Ellie to use a drone, at least to have search for the boys. I heard last week on his channel. Let me put my glasses on before I went blind. Before when they asked, they told him no. Okay. Get this light out for me. I'll dim it a little bit. Candace is not pregnant. She's got a fat gut because of all the drinking drugs. Oh, Y'all are killing me. Excuse me. Candace was jealous that Don gave Summer a lot of attention. I do think dispatch may have mistaken walked back from her mom's camper to went on a walk, not sticking up for them though. Yeah, well, but don't you think you would clear that up? You would ask when you say when you went for a walk, did you leave the property? You understand what I'm saying? Because of those dispatch, they're trying to ask certain questions when you're given said information. So that'd been easy to clear up to say you walked where, ma'am? I still think there was some kind of drug trade off or purchase with Candace. Either someone came there to buy some pills or she left to run for drugs and beer and left some of there. And where did you get the Maybelline? Y'all are funny. Does anyone else think that the police should look at the fresh cement on the bricks of chimney by the basement door? Lord Jesus, you're killing me. The fresh cement, the chimney. Yeah. Well, people say I'm getting ready to go run somewhere. That's what you mean. It's slang talk. I'm getting ready to go somewhere, wherever it is. I'm gonna go make a run to the store, to the pharmacy, to the wherever you're going. It would be nice if they released a 911 call. Oh yes, of course. I think Candace has a violent temper, and either her or one of the children harmed Summer. Could be. Yes, check the wall. Ooh. Excuse me. Starting to sneeze. Well, don't you all think the dogs would hit on that in the house? Apparently, Candace is under investigation over doing naughtiness with Hunter. Okay, Debs. Dogs would have found her on the property. Yes, they would have hit on this. They would have hit on that property. I believe that they would have hit on the property. They would have hit on the property. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. It's in the description of this video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I won't keep you all long, but I just noticed similarities with the case of the children missing in Cal City, the boys, and this case. And the similarities are the elaborate setups of getting the children gone, the ruses to deceive the police, law enforcement by making these felonious calls to 911 when they knew that they had discarded the children. The children had been gone. I believe Cal City boys have been gone some time, and sometime could be 1 week to a year. Let's put it that. Summer, possibly within a day. Let's go there. But they both are elaborate plans to deceive law enforcement. They got rid of their children deliberately. Cal City and the Wells. Both families got rid of their children deliberately. I believe this wholeheartedly. Now, are the reasons the same? I do not know, but I do believe both checked out. The West checked out on raising Orrin and Orson, and the Wells checked out on raising Summer. No longer wanted to be bothered. I believe that. Y'all, I believe from doing a little looking in Facebook land, she may be bi or transgender, especially on the new profile. Also, there was a male friend of her and Alan that had inappropriate pics. Okay. Yes, I think Candace has slowly transitioned into a male. Her cutting her hair, I believe, was her own fruition. She did that on her own. I believe she possibly could have been jealous of the girl child. She's a pretty girl. Summer, beautiful girl. She would have grown up to be probably a knockout. So Candace could have been looking at that. Look at this child. She's pretty. She gets a lot of attention from people. The people at the church are doting on her. Teacher doting on her, Miss Robin. Other people, I'm not as pretty as this child. Hell to the no. Do you understand? And then God forbid if it's the worst case scenario besides her not liking her own child, jealous of her child, some improprieties going on sexually with the father. Do you understand? But as I said, I don't have a receipt to any of that said information. But nonetheless, there possibly was some jealousy with Candace and her child. And a lot of you can't understand that if you've never lived that before. But yes, a mother can be jealous of her girl child. Although she is the creator of the child, she and the father, but she's jealous of her own child. Now she hates her child and will seek and destroy her child. It happens every day. Hello, Media Mama. The buried horse they came upon, I mean that if they put her in there, that would throw the dogs off. Please stop it. Dylan's mom, you're killing me. He got into the house. He went straight to the bottom of the hill, the shed. I don't put much stock in that shed stuff. Thank you, Daphne. It's difficult to stay engaging for so long. Yes, that's why I said I'm not going to stay long because there's a lot of comments to read, but I thank you. I just wanted to tell you all, I wanted to share that with you all, my thoughts pertaining to Cal City, because both are coming up on each pivotal months pertaining to the children missing. Next week on Wednesday will be 3 months that Summer has been gone, missing, and 9 months in a little over a week, Cal City will mark 9 months that the Cal City boys have been missing as well. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do this said commentary, although it's very late, but some of you are up, and people on the West Coast, they're probably still up because we're 3 hours behind. West Coast, they're 3 hours behind me. So some of those people are probably up. But there are similarities. And as I state, my take on both cases is that they're deliberate. Both are deliberate. West Coast, West got rid of those boys deliberately, and Summer Wells was discarded, gotten rid of deliberately. I both believe wholeheartedly. Jacqueline Giselle, one of those kids gone. They were tired of dealing with them. Boom. Keep getting the money for them. Boom. Out of here. Bye. Ain't got nobody no explanation. Same thing with Summer Wells. She's out of here. Gone. Sick of dealing with her. Happens every day. So you can't act like you're shocked. Children get missing every day. Children get killed every day. Children get abused every day. Get beat to sleep. Burned. Come on, y'all. This happens every day. That's why I know that these parents are behind the disappearance of their children, because of the stats. I'm not saying that strangers don't abduct children, of course. But they're no way near the stats of people who abuse and kill their own children. Been wondering what, Dylan? Jacqueline pregnant. I don't know. Haven't heard anything. Did you hear that one? No, Remy, I hadn't. Not shocked, but it's so sad. Yeah. Yes, Chris Watts. Yes. Let me tell you something about that with Chris Watts. Oh, wow. You know, I go in the YouTube queue to pull up documentaries, and the most baffling thing I found last week about Chris Watts, besides he murdered his wife and children, is when he told someone he never cared. So now you see where I'm going? If a man could tell someone after the fact he never cared about his wife and children, why would you all think somebody kidnapped these children? Why couldn't it be the parents never cared for those said kids? They checked out. People check out every day. You're trying to put logic behind sickness, and you can't. You're saying to yourself, well, why would you marry somebody when you knew you didn't want to be a husband? Why did you keep having children you didn't want to be a daddy? Hell, because he could. Why you adopt them kids and you knew you was going to turn on them? Because I could. Why you kill that little white girl down in the holler? Because I could. Why you abuse them? Because I could. You sexually assault your kids? Because I could. What about it? What you gonna do about it? Remember that. People do what they want because they can. I don't need your permission. Catch me if you can. I don't need your permission. And that's what you have to understand about sickness. The diabolical mind does what he or she wants because he or she can. And I don't know if I can get away with it until I try. You miss her cooking. Oh, tripping, please stop. Oh, Lord. Hey, Don. Oh, 9 a.m. Oh, you're in the UK. Okay. Thank you. Love the Brits. I love the Brits. I love the Canadians. I love Canada. Oh, mercy. Yeah, I wanted to say something about that too. When I was talking briefly in my upload pertaining to the Twin Towers, there was something I didn't mention in that said video. It slipped my mind, but I did end up going to the location of the Twin Towers, and that was January. I believe that was January of 03. I actually got to look down in that hole to see where those buildings stood. It's very creepy to just be up on that road and look down and see where the Twin Towers sat. It was scary just looking down in there. I was like, man, that hole is deep. And to think they had parking garages underneath, a mall was under there. Imagine being down there at that time. You had no way to get out of there if you didn't get your tail out of there when you first heard the rumble of the first plane when it hit each building. Lord have mercy. Oh, mercy. I think it's confusing because a mother could never hurt or harm her own. Men walk away, but we love our babies from birth, so it doesn't make sense. Well, Medium, you're speaking of yourself. You're speaking of yourself. You're speaking from yourself, but that's not true. You see, and it's not to compare a human with an animal, but we're considered to be animals. Animals have children young every day, and they walk with them for a short spell and push them off into the wilderness. So it's to be expected because we're human. People turn on one another. People change their minds. People realize they're not cut to be parents. And there's nothing wrong with that because you see, you don't know if you're going to be a good parent or not until you get into that job. But try to make the best decision. Don't abuse your children. Don't hurt your children. Don't harm your children. But you're not going to know if you're fit to do anything until you do it, you know? But that's the assumption. You should love your kids because you had them. But we know that's not true. Or we wouldn't be talking about 2 missing babies out of California and a little baby out of 5-year-old out of Rogersville, Tennessee. Love is an misused word. Yeah, and that's my point. And you can start out wanting kids. Many women, I'm sure, will tell you that. Many men will probably tell you that. I wanted kids. I wanted to be a parent. But then once they got into the job, it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Maybe they had mental problems or financial problems or physical problems. I mean, various reasons. And you get in it and you realize it's not what you thought it was going to be. That's the point. How would you know how it's going to be if you never had children before? Take it when it's born. Okay, my husband did 14 years in the Army and 3 tours, 9/11. I went with him to the Twin Tower Memorial last year. It was very emotional. Yes. Candace is always looking sideways at Summer and her pics with her glare. Okay. They still shouldn't harm their children. No excuse for that. It's just sad and not right at all. Yes. Yes, it is. Hello, dear. Hi, how are you, Andrea? Thanks for joining me, sweetheart. But hey, Trezelle, Jacqueline West, still roaming around these patches, shaking my head, still free. Yes, they are free. Like in Hollerville, they are free. For some, they just don't develop the bond. Yes, Daphne, that's it. They don't develop. Yes, parenting is a 24/7 job, not always easy. And no, it's not. And that's what people need to understand for those who keep their children and raise their children and do not do right by their kids. That's why we have the stories that I'm talking about in this live. These people kept their children, but they're also missing. Stay woke. They kept their children. Summer was kept, but where is she? Her three brothers are in state's care. Somebody took in the Cal City children from abused home, from their own bio mother, and now they're missing. Don't you see what I'm saying? Similar. Most of these stories are always similar. Somebody checked out. People keep children every day, but it doesn't mean that they love them. It doesn't mean that they honor them. They are not revered. That is why you hear the stories of them being abused. Somebody checked out. Oh, Lord. Walk away, then don't kill the babies. Mine spoiled like a child. She's never missing. Okay. Can the dogs pick up the scent of a child if it's behind cement? Denise Pratt, are you going to wear this out about the cement? Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. You have to ask forensics about that. I'm assuming they could smell. Death is death. You can see that's a killer's mindset. I put them in cement. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to smell them. You never know. Don't Giselle make beats though? Daphne hilarious and don't make sense. They fail to cherish them. Yes, that's true. Rumors that Candace didn't want Summer because she was a girl. Yes, I heard that. Okay. A child abuse and child rapists need lethal injection. Okay. I know that this is a live stream, so I don't have any mods in the house. YouTube is modding for me. So if you don't see your comment, YouTube has hidden your comment. It's doing it on its own. I don't even have to touch it. Hey man, it don't make sense though. Women are supposed to protect and love our babies. I just don't know if it's the world's worst or I didn't notice in the 80s and 90s. Well, we're in a different time, you know. Net Detector says dogs can smell in water even. Okay. I heard that too. Candace didn't want a girl. Okay. Do I really want to with Remy? Yes. Queen, what do you do for work? Was just wondering. I am in the healthcare field. My expertise is the elderly. I've also done group home work with boys and girls, children who ended up in foster care in group homes. I've done all those said arenas. Group home work with the mentally challenged men, group home work for boys and girls, drug addicted men, and also the elderly. The really sad thing is that a child loves their parents unconditionally, no matter how bad they are treated. Yes, sometimes, Denise. Yes, sometimes they do. Dogs can pick up very old scents too. Yes. And don't even take a single minute for granted. Losing my son has broken me. Okay, Dylan. Well, we'll pray for you. They didn't go missing from that yard. No proof. Okay. It happened in Bakersfield for sure. I work in residential with special needs adults. I love my job. Yes. I've worked with mentally challenged adult men. I worked in a group home with adult men many years ago. I love that job. That's okay. I had a client once. I would pull up in the driveway and he would already be outside waiting on me when I pulled up. I thought, wow, that's a mad affection for a queen. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the younger men at the group home because most of the men were older. And he was the youngest, I believe. He was a Caucasian male, and he had a real bad temper. He could get real fiery. But every day I pull up in the driveway, and he would be standing there waiting on the queen to pull up. I thought, wow, interesting. Yeah. He was nice when he, wasn't on one of his tantrums. The real mom to the boys, if she just had fell for weed, I don't trust CPS. She seemed to love the boys. Okay. I don't trust CPS either. They are behind the scenes with all this. Well, Remy girl, we don't have any verification about what CPS has done and not done. Because like I said, I don't have any receipts that they were involved as far as Summer and the boys. I don't know. I don't know. We just know that these lights got me hot now. We just know from rumors with Allie. She called, whomever called. Well, I don't know. I have no idea to tell you the truth. Yes, they are all heartbreaking, yes. Dog handling the Summer case will be on 1 p.m. tomorrow on True Crime with Natasha Cooper, her second interview. Okay, thank you. The one case that broke my heart was Amaris case. Evil is real in this world. How can people do this? Amaris. Are you talking about the lady that killed that guy, the boyfriend? Is that what you talking about? Grandma Candy left her own kids for a woman. Stop it. Nah. No surprise she left when her grandbaby went missing. Well, I don't know if she left for a woman. Allegedly, she went to go take care of a family member. He said, she said. It's a gag order, but unfortunately, some alleged leaks. Excuse me. A gag order, Mr. Don needs to be quiet. But yes, I guess you're right, because what was told to me, the person who was, I was asking information yesterday was basically saying, well, he's under gag order, so I can't say anything about the court proceedings. So I wasn't able to give you no more information than what was told to me about Candace storming out of the courtroom day 2. Sometimes they put babies in worse situations and they ain't Jesus, so they ain't always right, and they break up families sometimes, and then this happened. I would have never let, what if one of my grandbabies went missing? Yes, I think it was poor taste, because it's just still coming up 3 months next week, so why would you leave her? She was having her children. I'm sure she's depressed if she indeed felt something for the boys, let's say. I don't think she cared for the girl child. I just really don't think she cared for her. That's just something I'm feeling. I bet the alleged leaks are fake, okay? Giselle was just recently on the property of Aspen Avenue with another dark-skinned dude doing a lot of moving in the backyard. He put up the bamboo up again. Too much going on. Okay, Remy girl, where are you hearing that from? I've worked with elderly and used to work for NHS here in UK, worked on the cancer wards. Okay. He breaking that gag order by talking to everyone. He can't shut up for nothing. No, he can't. Whoa, I didn't hear about her storming out. Wow, day 2, yes, that's what was told to me. From the start, they were talking past tense about something. Yes, and let me say this about the past tense, because a lot of people like to ride that. It has happened that people will use past tense, because I've used it here talking about summer. I used it just now saying was. When I went to the prayer vigil for Dashina Kyle, one of her good friends, relatives used past tense. And people started, talking out loud. No, don't say that. Because, maybe they didn't mean to use past tense. And I don't think these people, friends or family, had anything to do, with the girl's disappearance. But one of the friends used past tense. They did. I wonder if they searched there. Search where, baby? Well, I didn't hear. Yeah, she stormed out allegedly. That's why I said in my last live, what was said in court? What did the judge say? What did the social worker say? Were there any other witnesses there that testified to abuse allegations? What? I think it isn't so much what you say, it's how it's said. Okay. I have lost a grandson due to an illness. I would have done anything to save him. So all these cases really get to me. I have personally watched my daughter grieve firsthand. Okay. Yeah, I don't put too much into that. Okay. Neither family really searched for their missing babies. Exactly. That's why I said the cases are similar. Deliberate calls to 911, deliberate discarding of the children. Believe there was abuse in both cases, Cal City and Hollerville. The only difference with the West, they fell off day 1, never spoke again publicly. Donald won't shut up. He just won't shut up. I gotta turn this light down. Because I got too much light going on over here. Excuse me. I mean, it'll be a little dark. That light, I got too much. That one's killing me. I think he's incriminated himself already, sweetheart. I'm dealing with the past tense in my own life. My mom passed a man. I can't use past tense. Okay. My condolences to you. I wonder how long the West boys were missing before they were reported. Well, when Bakersfield got the police to report, the case, they came out eventually and told us if anyone has seen or heard anything from the children in a year to let them know. So I just assumed 1 year up. No, honey. Well, Kathy, it just depends on, are you working full-time, part-time? Are you able to take care of your mother and your brother? Because that's a lot to take care of, a 90-year-old and a 65-year-old. That's a hard situation to be in because you have to think of perseverance. Whenever you're going to need a break, is there somebody you can go ask that can come in and take a break, relieve you when you need to go do things? If you ever want to go somewhere out for the evening, vacations, you got to think about all those type of things. Neither family looked for the babies. That's right. And I think they waited before they called 911. Yes, but each did. Yes. I'm on my own, so enlighten me. What, Kathy? A lot of people think the boys are still alive. Okay, well, I don't know. Yes, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I believe they hurt them. Okay, yes. Suspiciousness going on at the Aspen property. Where are you all hearing this? Why were the West allowed to be foster parents in the first place? Bex, that's a very good point. I don't know. Because I don't know what criteria they fell into to get the children. I'm assuming they both were working or one was working. Then you all said you didn't find that they were married legally. So I don't know. So because then we have to ask ourselves, why would the state give children to two people who are not legally married? That's a very good question. I don't know. Yeah. But see, this is the thing you got to understand about anything. You can pass all the tests, criteria for anything: job, foster care parent, adoptive parent, background check, drug testing, your work history, neighbors, family members, people who they're going to interview to see, what kind of person you are, your background, where you come from, if you got debt, whatever. But that doesn't mean anything. That's all good on paper. Old saying, it's good on paper. But paper and reality is two different things. You know this from what we're talking about now. You have a child missing in Rogersville, Tennessee, two little black babies missing from Cal City, Bakersfield, whatsoever. So what somebody did, what somebody checked out doesn't mean anything. How are you going to explain these two cases and all the other cases of missing children, people, abused children? And you have people who will go to war with you about who they are, the parents, caregivers. They were good people. They're nice. They're church going. Blah, blah, blah. They ain't never done anything. That's my brother. That's my cousin. But they ain't got nothing to do with the situation. The child's been mistreated. Accusations of abuse. Mental, physical, sexual, verbal. Broken arms, legs, whatever. How you going to explain that and say that's your friend, that's your cousin? I know what they wouldn't do. Well, if you knew what they would do, then you'd know they wouldn't abuse a kid and they still have their child. Good night, baby. Remy says he used rambunctious twice. Okay. He said they do like to play the what, honey? Wrestle. He sounds crazy. Yes. I don't know if it's true, but I had heard that DHR gets government money based on how many kids they have in their care. So they got to take kids every time from every one kid. Huh? Got to take kids every time. Well, you got to think about this for a minute. They have to get money to the agencies. That's the only way they're going to be able to help the people who are raising the children that's in foster care. They got to get a certain amount because it's common sense. Somebody's taking care of these kids. So the government has to get a tally of how many children are actually in foster care. You understand what I'm saying? So they've got to have a certain amount that they give these agencies for the care of the children. I think that's just really common sense. Could grandma have left town to dispose of some evidence as opposed to caring for a family member? Well, people were probably swarming that property. So what evidence could she have gotten rid of that they couldn't have found when they went to the property looking for the child day one? Those boys were born with post-drug effects. Probably as a parent, extra needed makes them a bit easier to get. Just look superficially okay. Then they get sick, other kids, and gets very bad. But the whole West and Jacqueline side of the family knows more. What I do think is interesting that more didn't come out about her family. You never heard anybody talking about her family, following them around, bothering them. Because one guy had made a point of saying that in one of the chats. He said, you all have been harassing the West family and following these black folks around, but why didn't you all follow her parents around? Why aren't you all stalking them and harassing them? And he did have a good point. Why was it only the West family followed around and YouTube videos made about them? Social media hype about the West family, Trezelle's mother. That's a very valid point. And I thought, well, maybe nobody found her parents to follow around. I don't know. But it's a very valid point. No, honey. It's just the queen. California pays per child. I had my sister's 3 sons and they paid $1,200 per child. Woo, see, that's a lot of money. But as I said, California is a very expensive state to live in. So they would have to pay more. Lord have mercy. Hi, Rainy Joe. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing. I think they all have special needs that these fucktards did have nurturing capability to care for them. They made them. YouTube is really hiding y'all comments. Sorry about that, my souls, but they hid it. I can show it. But I don't want to talk about if the children have special needs because I don't have any verification if the children have any mental disabilities. We will have to see. I thought that the gag order was for the social services and the boys not for summer. Why would they tell them not to talk about their missing girl? Well, allegedly, that is the rumor. That is for the boys. And that's what was told to me night before last. That's why this person couldn't give me information because they said Don has a gag order. So that's also, I guess, maybe including the people who are involved as well in the case. They can't speak either. So I think the gag order obviously must go for the people involved in the case as well. They can't speak of the case either. Government gives money for taking care of disabled. What you said is that $1,000 per month for each, cheaper than paying a nursing home, Indiana. Okay. I'm almost 68 and have no help. Okay, Kathy. I read there's a big exodus out of California. Yes, I've been hearing that too. Well, California's expensive to live in. I'm sure, it's a beautiful place. You got the ocean, the sand, beautiful scenery. But hell, you don't want to starve just to say, hey, I live in California. Same thing with New York. Great amenities, you're stacked on top of other people. Harsh weather. Now look, flooding. But it's expensive to live there. Florida, very expensive to live in Florida. What do you say? That so-called COS leak, I think it's a lie. Okay. That gag order isn't keeping Don from talking. Why isn't there any charges for something? I don't understand. I don't know, baby. I don't know. They're all coming to Texas. Yeah, Tornadoville. He can't keep quiet. That is for sure. Laugh out loud. I like it here. I'm subbing right now. Thank you so much, Lori. Thank you, honey. Yes, welcome all new subscribers. Thank you all for coming to the Queen's Playhouse. Thank you, Mr. AB, for sending all your fans over here to the Queen's channel. I try to keep it real over here. I am opinionated. I give my opinion. This is a commentary channel. I don't show any fluff. I don't show any videos. I don't show you nothing. I will play you audio from time to time. You're entitled to your opinion, but that's the whole point of a story. Most things that you hear is he said, she said, and it's somebody's opinion. Usually most of these true crime stories don't have a receipt to anything that you're hearing. It's somebody's version. Pookie's version over here, Susie's version over here, and you weed out in the middle what you think actually happened when it's time to go to court and get the said evidence. And then some people still don't even believe what has even been admitted in court. That's why you have 12 members of a jury to decide the fate of the said person or persons. And can they be wrong? Of course. Of course. But you have to pray that they will get it right. Such as in this case, these cases, we have to pray that something comes about pertaining to the children in Cal City and somewhere else. Thank you. Thank you, Grayson. Thank you. Since day one, Don acted like someone was dead, talking about I'll see her in the resurrection. Yeah, that was horrible. There was a fire at Wanda House on the classic birthday, which is sketchy to me. A fire at her house? I hadn't heard that. Oh, Lord. I had not heard that. I wake up every day hoping there's some kind of news. Yes. I haven't told you this yet, Queen, but I suffer from really bad panic attacks, and watching you grounds me. Okay, thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. I thank you. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. I don't even keep my receipts from Wally World. You should, in case you got to take something back. Always keep your receipts. I'm a smart, wise lady, huh? Thank you. You tell it straight. You was all over it in the last slide when you did your commentary. Yes, I was. I'm a little more subdued now. Hello, Rhonda. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you all so much. Still praying for Little Summer. To me, the boys in California is new. I will look into it. Yes. Put your helmet on, Lori. You're going to need it. It's winded, honey. It got very nasty. Cal City, people were very nasty to people, trolling, criticizing people. I was public enemy number one, because of a source that came forth, bringing me information pertaining to the bio mother. But that was that person's choice. I did not know them. They sought me out. So that, to me, is no different than people seeking out other people or people seeking out YouTubers. You can't help who will seek you out. And if someone wanted to come bring me information, I use my discretion to listen to what they have to say. Now, whatever I bring forward pertaining to what they have to say, you don't have to like it. Because that's the point. It wasn't good news anyway. It was never good news. It was never good news. So it wouldn't have mattered if I got hyped during those lives, cussed, didn't cuss. Some of you are going to say, well, I believe this person. I don't think she hurt her kids. Da, 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 da. Well, the state took the kids, and that's the bottom line. I had no control over that. Just like I had no control over what the source had to say. And I believed the allegations, and that's my opinion. That's why I said everyone's entitled to his or her opinion, but I am not believing the state just takes children. I'm not saying they can't get a situation wrong. I'm not saying that a person can't be lied on, but I refuse to believe somebody lied on somebody 4 separate times. No, I don't believe that. Yeah. I don't believe that. That's my opinion. You want to go somewhere cold? Well, you must got some good bones, Susie. You must got some very good bones. I got receipts falling out of my purse all the time. I'm so disorganized. I just throw all the wallet. Well, stop that. Start organizing, Medium. You want to pay me to come out there and help you organize your stuff? Throw away paper. Let me tell you something. Queen is very OCD. I do not keep paper. That is a rule. I go to the mailbox. I check the paper. I go through all of what I'm going to keep, which is rarely nothing. I ball it up and throw it in the garbage can as soon as I walk in the door. I do not sit paper around. I put all receipts together, and after so long, a couple months, I go through anything that I bought that's over a month, and I throw all those receipts in the garbage. So right now, that's something I have to do. And that'll be my task for today, Sunday, is to go through all the receipts of stuff I bought in the past 2 months, whatever, and throw them away, because most things they're not going to take back after 30 days anyway, even with a receipt. I hate paper. Ugh, I can't stand it. It's really hard to take kids from the parents. CPS is understaffed, and I always try to get the parents to get the kids back due to the lack of foster. Yes, and that's what some people need to understand. Why would you think people want to take your child away from you? They don't have anywhere to put the kids in the first place. So you think they want to just take your child? It has to be very severe for them to take your child from you. And possibly, like someone said in the last live, that is the reason why the children weren't taken from the wells. They thought, well, it's not the best place. It's junky out here. The children don't have no privacy in their rooms, but they do got beds. We're gonna leave the boys anyway. Well, look what happened. 1 month later, now they're gone. It's crazy. I have the same gold mirror that's on your wall. You have good design. Thank you. Thank you. I've seen that mirror on several design shows. Niecy Nash, when she had, I don't know if she's living in the same house, but many years ago, they were in her house and she had that in a pewter color, that mirror. I said, okay, go queen. I wish I was that organized. Susie, trust me. It's freeing. When you put everything in its place and you try to keep it in its place, it makes it so much easier to navigate. Because when you start throwing stuff around, you don't think about it at the time. But there's going to come a time when you got to shuffle through that stuff. And then you're like, dang, look at all these clothes over here in the chair. Look at all these shoes under the bed. See where I'm going? Now you got to go ramble through that stuff to clean it, dust it off, look for a shoe, purse, scarf, whatever it is. It's too much work. I got everything neatly put up. I don't want to shuffle through nothing. I'm getting old. I'm 50. I don't want to wrangle through stuff. I don't have the patience. So I want to put it up and be gone. And the less stuff you have, that's less dusting. As I said, less moving stuff around, bumping your toes into stuff. Just saying. They will give you the opportunity to fix what is wrong. And if you do not, they will remove the children. Sometimes children come back from foster care worse than when they left. Yes. Yes. See, that's the whole thing. Yes. And that's a good thing to do. For those of you who have extra stuff in your house, I watch a lot of redecorating and revamping shows. And if you want to make extra money, that is the perfect thing to do. Start going through your things and put it on the Facebook Marketplace and sell that stuff. Somebody will buy your junk. And 9 times out of 10, they already got enough junk in their house. They bringing more junk to their house, but it doesn't matter. You just want that stuff out of your house. Great idea. Sell your stuff. Sell it at your garage or out your house or meet in a public place. Sell your stuff. Make your money. Don't give all your stuff away if you don't want to. Sell it. Make your money back. Unless you have to dust. Yes. A lot of people have not realized that. The less stuff you have, you don't have to dust that stuff off. You ain't got to move stuff around, pick up little whatnots. And whatnots, that's the worst thing you can ever do is collect whatnots. You know that dust gets in the crevices of them little figurines and stuff. How many damn apples and angels do you need? I'll pass. You have to put that stuff in a like a little, what you call it, like a plastic container and put it in the sink with soapy water. Then they got to air dry. Then you got to go back and put it back on the table. Honey, bye. You could have read a book by the time you did all that. No, thank you. No, thank you. I spoke to the owner of the house of Aspen. She told me some weird things about Giselle. I was like, whoa. Like what, Remy? Only stuff hanging on my walls. Yes, Daphne. That's really all you need. It's some nice pictures, a few throw pillows, a statue or two here and there, depending on if you like that kind of stuff. But all that little whatnot, hodgy podgy stuff. Oh no, honey. Leave that stuff alone. That stuff will make you dizzy. Women in work has never done all the cleaning and cooking and I collect vintage floor, large swung vases. I have them everywhere. Okay. I put mine in the dishwasher and wash them. Okay, that's a good idea, Dr. Dot. That's a very good idea. Yeah, I'm clutter free. I don't like all that. Mm-mm. I spoke to her on the phone in the beginning of this year. Okay. I'm 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Well, I'm not going to hold you all, but you see, I give good cleaning tips. For those of you who are new to the channel, and for those of you who don't know, before I would do hypothetical situations. That is one thing my channel was based on, was breaking news, true crime, and hypotheticals, things about relationships, wayward children. And I'm going to go back to that. I haven't done that recently since talking about Summer Wells, but I want to get back into that because this is a channel that's versatile. I do not want my channel to be just about missing children, deceased children, because that's not how I rock. I like a multitude of things. I like to talk about breaking news. I like to talk about what's going on with our government, what's going on with politics. I like to talk about various things because there are different people out here that want to hear different things. And I don't want to be that one-stop shop channel where all you're hearing about is children, missing children. I don't want to talk about that every day. So possibly tomorrow I will get on and I will do one of my hypotheticals because I have not done one in probably about 2 months. So tomorrow, when you all are bushy-tailed and up, bright-eyed, we will possibly talk about something lighthearted, such as men. Because I know a lot of you all have so many stories to share with the queen and the chat. Thank you all so much for joining me. And thank you for the new subscribers. God bless all of you. Something gets hung there. What? You don't live in the country where it costs $100 a month for trash. What do you mean, Kathy? Y'all got to pay to empty your trash? What are you talking about? Jeez, yikes. 4 bags a week. Okay. Daphne, what you puffing about? It was a plan the whole time. Trust me, when the girl that loaned Giselle West the money said some stuff about him too. Okay. Well, and that's interesting too. Where are those people? Where's the original homeowner? Because I think there was some facetious stuff going on with that chick too. I don't trust anybody in the whole story. The girl who loaned the money. Why would you loan money to a stranger? See, those are the questions you ask. They put this information out here, so we are entitled to ask. Why are you loaning a stranger money? You don't know him. He's got a wife. How does that look? Strange woman loaning a man money. A man shouldn't be borrowing money from a woman anyway. See, there's so much to the story. Why has everybody been quiet? Why is nobody out there in California talking? Where are their friends? Who are their friends? Where's Giselle's friends? Where are her friends? Where are her family? Why hasn't none of these people come forward to talk, to say, he's like this, he's like this, she's like this, she's like that? That's what's odd about that story in California. Nobody has come forward to speak about these people, who they are, what kind of people they are, friends, co-workers, something relevant up until the point that the children allegedly went missing. The brother Jamal, he ain't told us nothing either. Just going to a pay site. Man, miss me with all that. Why should I have to pay to hear you talk about some children? Hell, look like you don't even know. See, everything's a hustle. Ain't you done figure that out? That's what you're trying to tell y'all. Stay woke. You don't pay for a pay site to hear about some missing kids. Why? Well, I'll pay you. For what? Why? Does that sound like a caring uncle? Well, it's not. Grandmother smarting off to strangers driving by. Who talks like that and your grandchildren missing? Never are you not in front to the news? Don't you think you should have been standing up there with your son and his wife? The children missing. Where was the mama? Where was the daddy? Where are the cousins? Where are the friends? Tell you, stay woke. Stay woke. Same thing with Candy Cane and Don Juan. Grandmama, where were you? You wasn't standing up there with them. You used to live on the property in a camper, feet away from the main house, and you don't even stand with them in unison about their missing little girl. I tell y'all, everything you need to know is at the beginning of the story. You don't need Facebook. You don't need YouTube, The Wire, my new name for this box. Everything you need to know is right in front of you. what you saying, what you're not saying, who you trying to rally, get to rally with you, the endless stories you spin, but yet you don't talk about the child. You don't even call the child by a government name. Stay woke. Cal City, nobody's rallying for the children, the parents anyway. You don't search for the kids. You don't talk about the kids. You don't go to the news people to give updates pertaining to what you got, don't got, nothing. Fell off doing your own thing, living your best life. You don't find that strange. CPS didn't take them kids. Ain't no Illuminati, no secret society. You got them damn boys missing because you got tired of them. That's the reason why you can't find them, because they've been long gone. Now, East Tennessee, you got tired of mothering them, dealing with those kids, Candace, possibly, Donald too. Bye. All that mess he talking about, he wouldn't uphold her, he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. Well, you took her back after you found out she was allegedly messing with Jose. You mean to tell me you didn't know that Allie had messed with him too? You went all the way back to Tennessee from Utah to get back with a woman that want to dress like a man. And then you're going to say, no, I wouldn't uphold her. Okay, Ocean Angel, I'm going to read your comment out to the chat because it's been held by YouTube. The Ocean Angel is saying there's a web page with children pictures on it, and Summer is on there. He's from New York and friends with Allison and Candace, all the kids. I don't know, man. I don't want to think about that. And how do you know the Summer is on this page? See what I'm saying? This is sickening. The kids shaved their heads and colored hair. Mm-hmm. That is Allison's brother. Well, that's what we need to know. Where's Allison from? Is she from New York? Because H's father's from New York, Mr. Andrew. And I'd like to know, where is he? We haven't heard anything about Mr. Andrew. He's not really talking. So, Andrew, where are you? What do you think about the situation? Allie's been quiet. H has been quiet. Why? Why have they been quiet? The only person that's been running their mouth is Donald Wells. Okay, Allison is from New York. Okay, thank you, Ocean Angel. Well, I don't know. Very interesting. Well, this is something I'm going to say, and I'm going to check out of here. Andrew doesn't talk much. Allie's been quiet. H has been quiet. I want to know how the hell Jose came to be to come here. Because it is alleged that he came here with Boy H's father, Andrew. So what I have to ask myself, now that we're hearing all these stories of him being bisexual or homosexual, is Andrew homosexual? Did he know that Jose is homosexual, bisexual? Where did they meet in New York? How is it that the man that you brought here came to sleep with your baby's mother, Allie? Y'all better stay woke. He tried to get H and take him back to New York reportedly, but the police or Allie stopped his father from taking him. I'll talk to my source about what you're talking about. Shows little girls with rope and hidden in drawers in his axe. And he asked Allie for more pic and said she is pretty. Oh, Lord, please stop. Well, anyway, Jesus, I can't hear this. Andrew, I'm curious about him because I want to know how he knew Jose. Why did he come to Tennessee with Jose? How did Jose end up hanging with Candace Bly? You see, these are the questions you all should be asking. You see, be very careful of the messenger. Be very careful of somebody who comes and brings all this stuff and they leave out certain things. You see, Allie did all this spinning of the web of Candace Bly in the locked room in the basement with the little girl being locked down in there abusing her. But what she didn't tell us is how Jose and her baby daddy knew each other, why Jose was brought here, why he was staying at Candace Bly house for however long. How did she end up having sexual relations with him? How did Candace Bly end up having sexual relations with him? What did Andrew think of these people all having sex with the same man he brought here? Why did Grandma take him over to North Carolina? Where is Mr. Jose right now? Stay woke. You don't know these people. That's why anybody that sits on YouTube rallying for these people and hanging with them and want to talk and chit chat late night, snacking on Doritos, listening at that garbage they're spinning to them in their ear on the phone, you're crazy as hell. No way. Well, they were talking in the beginning. That's how all these rumors got started, is from Allie. All the rumors that came out about Candy and Jose and all this, that came from Allie. She started these rumors in the beginning. Yes, they're all nasty folks. That's the point, indeed. Why did he stay silent for so long? Who knows? You're talking about somebody coming out talking about you're homosexual. That's, Candace made that clear in her interview with Mr. Chris. He likes chicks with D's. So that's pretty messed up. You think Jose's a key player in Summer's disappearance? I don't know, because I don't know the Wells. I don't know who was at their house. I don't know how many people were hanging at their house. I don't know who had access to their house. I don't know the company they kept. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm to believe that the child was kidnapped, I don't know these people. I know what I've been hearing is not nice. Donna was a narcissist. He likes attention. Candace acts like she's mentally slow and undeveloped. She's walking around looking like a man, walking around in men clothes, haircut short. She stands like a guy, talks like a guy. Something off with these people. I see beautiful women with their hair short. I've worn them hair short. But believe me, a man knew I was a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. I'd be afraid to talk to them much because I don't want to get called in court as a witness. Well, but people who like attention, such as these YouTubers, they don't care about that. They want the 5 minutes of fame. These pics were a little girl Summer's age with similar haircuts, very disturbing, and he deleted them. Okay. Jose and Allie favored by looks. Maybe Allie lowered up and the lawyer told her not to talk. Could be. The girl has a small channel, but she's sifted all through Allison's Facebook. Okay. I have to go find it. If nothing else, email me. Okay. Medium, just hit me up on IG. Big Sexy 71. That's all you have to do. Oh, I'm going to dry my hair and sleep. But what time is the men bashing? Daphne, cut it out. I'll probably do it tomorrow evening. Cut it out. Cut it out. Tonight, rather. You all are horrible. It won't be men bashing. It'll be us just chopping up, talking about the things that men do, the lies that they tell. I do hypotheticals. I haven't done a hypothetical situation in a while. I want to get back to talking about things that I used to talk about besides the true crime stuff. These true crime cases are depressing. I watched that video and then found the Facebook page that they were on. Family Pictures Queen. I have the link if you want to see it. I don't want to post it publicly. Well, just hit me up on IG. Big Sexy 71. That girl on channel missing but not forgotten. Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. It's almost top of 2 hours. I'm 1:44 in. I want to thank you all for subscribing. All the new subscribers. Mr. AB for sending people over here. You pilgrims over here to the Queen's Playhouse. Thank you so much. We're going to pray for Summer Wells. If indeed this is a recovery, we're going to pray that she is found and whoever is responsible for the demise of the said child, that they will justly go down for harming her. Same thing with the boys in Cal City. We're going to pray for them because in a week or so, it'll be 9 months, 9 days, it'll be 9 months that Orrin and Orson Welles West, excuse me, have been missing. See, getting the names mixed up. Two little boys from the Pacific Northwest been gone almost 9 months. Summer Wells, almost 3 months. Two baffling cases that are very similar in nature. Deliberate, I believe, deliberate. They're both deliberate to me. The disappearance of Cal City boys is deliberate. The disappearance of Summer is deliberate. Both parents are complicit in the disappearance of all children. The 911 calls are deliberate. The children had been gone for however long. Been knowing they were gone. Both deliberate. Each style is different, how the parents are handling the situation. Out west, Giselle and Jacqueline, quiet. Here in the holler, boisterous Don Wells. But nonetheless, they are similar. They're diabolical, deliberate, discarding of the children, wanted them gone, bailed out, checked out. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you so much for following the Queen. God bless all of you. We'll try to come back a little later tonight with something a little more lighthearted for the fans. Feel free to join us. Bring your popcorn and your wine and enjoy the ride. The Queen will be bringing you commentary. Hypothetical, somewhat. And I hope you enjoy the conversation. It will not be anything pertaining to true crime or breaking news. This will be a hypothetical live stream later tonight. Yes, bring your margarita and sit back and relax. And we'll talk about something less disturbing. Okay, I hear you, Remy. You all have a great morning. Not night, it's morning. God bless all of you. Stay safe. If you see something, say something. That secret I'm holding on to, I pray that one day I can reveal the said situation. It is pertaining to a subject matter that is on my channel. I still can't believe what was told to me. All I can say is that sometimes what you think is going on, it ain't. We're just going to leave it at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, it would make you drink a whole bottle of vodka straight. That's how bad it is. It's crazy. You all be careful. I don't want to see the video, Ocean Angel. Good Lord have mercy. That'll spoon feed me more crazy nonsense. Ain't what we talking about crazy enough? I don't want to think about nothing more worse about Summer Wells. The situation's already grim. I don't want to think about anything worse about that baby. I can't do it. Okay, Bridget said it's not here. Okay. Thank you all. You all be careful. Thanks for subscribing. 8,000 subscribers now. Amen. Thank you all so much. Please be safe. Okay, Denise says it's fake. Yikes. Said it's fake. Okay. I'll be praying. Yes, you all pray. Yes, Ocean, it was planned. Both cases. Cal City was planned. The disappearance of Summer Wells was planned. These are all planned. All these cases were planned. I believe all 3 children are deceased. Their parents got rid of them for whatever reason, and that's what I believe. Now said, I just go by the stats. That's what I go by. Until somebody can bring a receipt to show me something different, then I can open my mind to something else. Cal City. See, their behavior of them falling off lets me know that they killed those kids, to me. And all this walkie-talkie stuff going on in the holler, the deflection, same thing to me. Hello, thank you. Good morning from Ireland. Amen, amen. Thank you, Liz Kearney. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I got to get out here, you guys. I got to get some rest. Thank you all so much. Join me later. We're going to talk about men and women relationships later. Join the Queen. Y'all be careful. Get some sleep, you guys. You can't keep staying up. Thank you all. See something, say something. Pray for our children. Pray for the Cal City boys. And pray for Summer Wells. And also pray for her brothers, because those children are alive and they need our support and love, because they have to be going through a lot. And despite the fact that we may not care for their parents, believe their parents. Those are the only parents that they knew. And that's the sad part, is that possibly these children still love those parents. It is what it is. Thank you all. Well, we'll pray about it, Ocean. We'll pray about it. Bye, baby. Y'all be careful. Be safe. God bless all of you. Bye. It's Everyday Shenanigans.